All right, I'm going to throw out all the names. Are we hopping on or choosing not to jump on? Or some of these guys are we jumping off? Russell Wilson, Isiah Pacheco, Rico Dowdle, MVS, Adam Thielen. Who you jumping on? Who you jumping off?
Russell Wilson had a huge game this week, and everyone needs to be very concerned if you're counting on him in fantasy, primarily because he plays the Eagles in the first week of the playoffs at Philly. So there's a chance for a cold, kind of bad weather game against what is starting to look like one of the best defenses, if not the best defense in the NFL. So you just got to be aware that that's coming for Russell Wilson. He plays Cleveland this week, and I think you can probably start him against the Browns if you need to, but I would feel so scared starting Russell Wilson against Philadelphia in the first week of the playoffs. So I think I'm off that bandwagon. Definitely, I'm off the Isiah Pacheco bandwagon. They just don't need him until the playoffs, so they're going to continue to ease him in. It's going to be a 50-50 split, I think, with Kareem Hunt. So Rico Dowdle, I'm all in. I've been a believer in Rico Dowdle from the beginning of the season. I think that he's just going to continue to be the workhorse, and the Cowboys have a pretty easy schedule going forward, and you're not going to throw it around with Cooper Rush as the way that you would have with Dak Prescott. So I think Rico is the kind of guy who, with some qualification, with some caution, Rico Dowdle could be one of those like sneaky RBs that won me my fantasy championship. Okay. He has such an easy schedule. No, I see your face. No one has ever been excited about Rico Dowdle, but the last few weeks he's been an RB1 and he passes the eye test for me, and they have a really favorable schedule coming up. So I wouldn't want to be relying on him as like my stud sort of alpha running back, but I kind of think Rico Dowdle is going to continue to be a thing all the way through the fantasy playoffs this year.
He's kind of one of those guys that injuries find him.
That's true.
So you do have to be cautious in that regard. But no, he was great. He was playing against the Giants, but to your point, you get some other nice matchups, and he could be all right. I'm actually jumping on the Isiah Pacheco bandwagon because I think Kareem Hunt, it was cute, but he's done. He's run out of gas. He gave all he had, and that's it. Now it's Pacheco time.
Yeah,
it'll be a little bit better this week, and then that first round of the playoffs, you've been waiting on Pacheco all year long. He'll finally hit for you. So I think,
yeah, okay. I think you can convince me on that. And the reason being that the Chiefs have sort of stagnated a little bit these last few weeks. They haven't looked good, and they got to figure out their offense. The offensive line is in rough shape, and I think the way that you account for that when you have a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes is you try to run the ball a little bit more. And so, yeah, okay, I think you convinced me there that I'm going to be cautiously optimistic about Rico Dowdle. Chargers this week is a tough matchup. And then he plays Pittsburgh in week 17, but in between here and there, yeah, pretty good schedule for the playoffs.
For Pacheco or Dowdle?
Pacheco. Plays, yeah.
Yep.
Did I say Dowdle? Yeah, Pacheco has got a decent playoff schedule.
Nice. All right. And then you got to jump on the Adam Thielen bandwagon. Let's go. I mean, that catch he had was unbelievable. That was one of the catches of the year.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He still got it.
Thielen, man, when he's out there and healthy, all he does is catch passes and catch touchdowns. That's what he does. So, there you go. You can feel confident in Thielen. I don't have him on any of my teams.
He's Bryce Young's. I think he's Bryce Young's best friend right now.
Yes.
And Bryce, something's going on there. Don't know what to believe about him, but until further notice, you can put Thielen in your flex and be pretty optimistic about that, I think.